What's up, guys? My name is Robbie Greenfield, and today we're going to be talking about Umoja's token launch strategy. Utility tokens have become a slow rug pull to benefit VCs, launchpads, and centralized exchanges. And this is why nobody likes them anymore. What's ironic is that in the early days, tier 1 protocols like Uniswap, Aave, and others were always DEX first, and or did ICOs at the time because they were community first. They didn't use market makers or centralized exchanges, and trust me, both existed during this time. It was because they were community first and vision focused that these protocols are some of the most used today in the world. Fast forward to now, and projects simply just don't give a fuck. They don't have product market fit, they don't invest in their community or reward them, and they simply raise a whole bunch of money from venture capitalists and use that to hire a market maker and get on a tier 1 centralized exchange. The market maker effectively manipulates the price, gets it high enough to get a whole bunch of retail people to go in, i.e. the community, and at that point, all the VCs, launchpads, KOLs, quickly get out and the rug pull effectively begins, thus kind of fucking over their community. And this is something that we're not going to do. The fact is that in the long term, if your token doesn't have any organic demand and your protocol network doesn't have product market fit, your token will plummet. Regardless if you're on Binance or Coinbase or on MEXC, it really doesn't matter. And this value chain of trying to get as many people to buy into your token at the lowest FDV and then get that FDV higher at token launch really doesn't make any sense if there's no natural community backing your vision and what you're trying to achieve. This is why so many people have soured on utility tokens. On the one hand, you have founders and investors who are effectively rugging their communities as soon as the token is launched. But on the other hand, with meme coins, at least you have a joke at the end of the day and you're well aware of the risks that you could lose money. The expectation to pump and dump tokens at TGE has bastardized the whole market's understanding of what tokenomics is. Let me be perfectly clear. The purpose of a token is to maximize the value proposition of the protocol, not to pump up price. Now, if you gamify correctly, you can create enough organic demand for that token to thus increase secondary market price because of that natural draw. But it is not to maximize price and only that and get a whole bunch of TVL and protocol. That is just fucking stupid. What founders should focus on is creating natural demand for a value proposition that the protocol is providing. Look at Umoja, for example. We create smart coins or next generation LSTs that provide low risk and high yields on cryptocurrencies like Solana, Bitcoin, and ETH. Now, generally, everyone's going to want a product like that because everyone wants to make more money on some of the most popular cryptocurrencies out there. But they're going to want the Umoja token because it allows them to make even more of an APY than they naturally would have. By staking the Umoja token, they can minimize their fees and increase their APYs on their Bitcoin, on their ETH, and on their Solana, thus creating a very good value proposition for natural demand. When more and more people buy more and more smart coins and they want to increase their APYs, they will also purchase more and more Umoja on the secondary market. And thus, it creates a flywheel that both validates the value proposition of the protocol and creates natural demand for the token. At Umoja, we do what matters, not what's popular. Community strength and project growth. That is how WAGMI naturally happens and should happen. We're not going to spend $1 million just to get listed in this pay-for-play game that only seeks to provide returns to the earliest of project supporters rather than those that sustainably support the project through its ups and downs. We want everyone to win, and doing so doesn't mean pumping and dumping on TGE. Umoja's token launch plan is to first launch on a decentralized exchange. Following, we will list on centralized exchanges, several of which we've already received offers from. Additionally, over this period of time, we're also going to strengthen our community numbers. We already have around 22,000 users, and we want to increase that as much as possible. It not only makes for a better centralized exchange listing down the road, but it also makes for a good TGE as well. For those who are going to provide liquidity to our pools on the decentralized exchange, we will reward you. So make sure to keep your LP tokens, and we'll have further announcements on how we're going to reward you a little bit in the next few weeks. We really do appreciate everyone's patience, and we know some of you have been waiting a long time and have supported the project all the way earlier this May for TGE. And we're going to make sure that there's enough liquidity on the secondary market so you can participate, but so that we also can discover our natural price before moving on to centralized exchanges. This is a massive quarter for Umoja, and we're really focused on increasing the adoption of YPPC so that we can increase the flywheel that creates natural demand for Umoja. Until then, God willing, WAGMI and peace.